What's good? My name is Zach, and after 10 years of daily drug and alcohol abuse, I am 41 days sober, and although that is going great for the most part, I was recently reminded of the main reason why I struggled with substance dependency, and that is physical pain. See, once you get through the initial stages of being sober, it gets easier and easier to kind of flow into a groove of sobriety. Now, that of course is true when you feel like this, but when you feel like this, see, this is when it can get very difficult. These are the moments where you start to justify why it's okay to use your drug of choice. For me, it was mainly marijuana and alcohol. That's what I chose to deal with my physical pain and the world as a whole. Now, I wanted to see how many people out there were like me, so I turned to the internet for some data. A study from colorado.edu showed that 87% of medical marijuana users reported smoking or digesting it for pain-related conditions. And a study from the NIAAA reported that up to 28% of people that are in chronic pain in general turn to alcohol. On the prescription side, drugabusestatistics.org says that up to 70% of prescription drug addicts are addicted to painkillers, and HSS.org says nearly 75% of the drug overdoses that resulted in death in 2020 were from that of opioids that are centered around relieving pain. People are clearly running from pain, whether it be emotional, physical, or both. And for some people, the physical side is going to be the hardest part, myself included. If that resonates with you, here are 3 tips that have helped me, and hopefully they help you. Now, if you've watched any of my other videos about sobriety, you'll know that I talk about finding ways to fill your time. Especially early on in the process, time is all you have to find a way to fill it. And when you're in physical pain, it can suck all the motivation right out of you. Thankfully, we all have Google right here in our pocket. So tip number 1 is learn something new that you've always wanted to do before. If you've always wanted to learn how to shuffle a deck of cards, hop on Google, start practicing. If you've never solved a Rubik's Cube before, again, there's some great tutorials online. I'll put a link in the description. If you've always wanted to learn another language, now is the time. We have the answer to every single question right here in our pocket. We might as well use it. Just pick a topic that you're interested in, find somebody showing you how to do it that you really enjoy, and let the internet handle the rest. Now, lots of people, myself included, use exercise to reduce cravings, but when you're stuck on the couch, the only thing you have left to work is your mind. That's not technically true. There is one more thing you can work out to help you get through this acute phase, which brings me to tip number 2, eat your feelings. Now, that may sound like terrible advice, but please just hear me out. I'm going somewhere with this. You see, last week when my back went out, all I wanted to do was drink booze or smoke weed. But instead, I bought some cookies, I bought some Uncrustables. My diet kind of went south for a couple of days. But in my opinion, I would rather my diet go south for a few days and then recover from that than take the sobriety clock and reset it to 0. I was feeling a little depressed, things were getting very dark, but eating good food that made me comfortable was the first bit of light that I felt in 4 days. We can certainly work off some cookies. What we can't work off is taking, in my case, 41 days of discipline and effort and just flushing it down the toilet. And this actually brings me to tip number 3, which is to remember your why and repeat the phrase, "This too shall pass." Physical pain is very much in the now. It's very present, especially if it's very intense. But like with everything, this too shall pass. The intensity will subside at some point, and you're either going to get through it sober or you're going to be resetting that clock that we were talking about earlier. What you need to decide right now is which future version of yourself you want to be when you're looking back at this moment. And the best way to make the right choice in this moment is to repeat these 3 words. Remember your why. For me, I was sick of being reliant on something. For once in my life, I wanted every single moment, every single second of my life to be mine instead of giving it to some plant or booze. The other day, I was very seriously considering giving up, giving in, and then creating a video explaining why my actions were okay. I was going to justify it, but instead, now I'm on the other side. I'm in the healing stage and I'm looking back at my previous self with pride. I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm on the right path. I gained a few pounds from the food, but a week in the gym will go ahead and work that off. I'm so ecstatic that I'm still on the path, and I'm happy that I get to share it with you guys. And this is the feeling that I want for all of you. Nothing keeps you on track like feeling great about yourself as a person. But just like when things were bad, this too shall pass. You're not always going to feel great. There will be moments in the future where you feel bad again. I know I'm going to feel bad again. The real question is, what are we going to do about it? Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If any of you enjoyed what you saw, please go ahead and hit subscribe if you will. I will be posting more content in the future. Today really is 41 days of sobriety. I'm filming these in the moment, day by day, and I'm excited to share that with you guys. I also post YouTube shorts. Sometimes they're funny, sometimes it's a magic trick if I learn one, sometimes it's exercise. Whatever it takes to keep me sober, keep me healthy, and entertaining you, that's what it's all about. Take care, and again, thank you for watching.